Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty. He's quite the guy. If you're feeling lonely, come and make a friend. If you need a story, on Sty you can depend. His voice is soothing like a lullaby. Sometimes he brings a tear to my eye. Sit around the campfire and hear him tell his tale. Some may be able to relate to him quite well. We're all just people looking for a place to go. Well, Sty has made one, and it is quite a show. Come meet Sty. He's quite the guy.
Hello, folks. Sty's back. I'm back. Yeah. You're gonna have to put up with me for a while yet. Hey, right away, I got to shout out the folks out in the chat. It is so great to see you all here tonight. The first person that came in was old country homesteading. Yeah, Alexander. It's great to see you, bud. And then there's Kathy Gahan. Awesome. Justin Anderson. Great to see you, Justin. Mojo, but grilling and chilling with Mojo. He can't be up here tonight. He can't visit much in any sense because he's getting on an airplane. He's going to be heading out on the plane. Leaving on a jet plane. Huh? Yeah. Anyway. And then there's my sweetheart right there. There's Samantha Lee's Originals. Oh. And she's saying, looking forward to hear how you're doing. That's what's going to happen tonight. You're going to catch you all up on what's going on. And then here's my buddy, Travis. It's great to see you, Trav. He's down in the basement. So is Samantha, by the way. The Scott K. Awesome. Yeah, I missed you guys a lot. Missed you a lot. Rebecca Felter. Hey, everybody. There's Sheba B. Lori. Yeah. God, I miss you guys. There's John with Adventures in the Heartland. Oh, yes. Who else we got? We got Ingalls families here. Yes. Yep. There's Dean the Dancing Machine. And Gary Irwin. We got a good crowd tonight. All my wonderful followers. And there's my buddy. There's Phil. There's Everything Spicy. He's down in the basement. He's going to hear something tonight. He's going to go, oh, no. I know he will. There's me, Dibble. Aha! Great to see you, Mark. And who else do we have here? Okay. There's King Bluto. Yeah. Good evening. Kathy Bates. Hello. Metal Music Maniac. Look at that fancy script he's using for his name there. Oh, Crazy Ann. Hey, sweetheart. Oh, it's good to see you, girl. Oh, it's so good to see you. I do watch you play Call of Duty quite often when I'm not playing Fallout 4. And there's Native Kutsa. Oh, there's a sweet gal for you right there. You betcha. And there's Kenneth Beers. Hey, good to be here. I'm glad you are here. There's my brother-in-law, Freeman James. There's a great guy for you too. Had a good chat with him. Stream Fire and Ice. Awesome. It is so good to see you, girl. Oh, great folks. Great folks. Boy, lots of folks in here just chatting away. But I'm caught up. I'm caught up. I believe that was the last newest one in the chat. We got quite a few folks in the audience. I'm looking at the count up there. Yeah, the count's up there. Before I bring my panelists up, I got 3 folks in the basement. Before I bring them up, I want to let everybody know that tonight's Sty Story is about a current event, a current story. And I appreciate if you noticed I was thinking about this the last several minutes during the intro and that. But if you notice the misspelling, it's supposed to be the beginning, not the begging. So I'll accept the begging. I beg your pardon for the mistake, but I'm old. I make them. But tonight's topic, my story tonight, for people that are sensitive to certain topics that relate to health, I just want to warn you up front. I'm going to be a little graphic of what's happened over the last a little more than a week. And I just want folks to be aware and not be totally shocked, because I will be a little bit graphic. So let's move on. Let me get my dear friends up here on the panel. I'm bringing this girl up first. There she is. There's our great Samantha Lee.
Hi. How's it going?
It's going. It's going.
Yeah.
It's not, for me today, it's not going good or bad. So that's a good day. So I'm good with, well, it's getting better because I'm doing this, you know. I've been really missing my YouTube. Really, really missing it.
Yeah.
I bring these guys up down in the basement, join us up here. Here's Justin. He popped in up on the panel. After him and Sam popped up at about the same time, and there he is. There's Travis, campground host.
Hey, Ann.
Hello, Sam. Hi, Sty.
Hey, Travis.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Sty.
Yes, sir.
Restock downstairs.
I got to restock
Yeah, the
downstairs.
refrigerator's empty. Phil got in
Okay.
there.
Phil got in there. That's
Phil got in the refrigerator.
Yeah, he's showing me something down in the basement. He's got a drink in his hand. And it's like, see, I got that out of the fridge.
See?
Yeah.
Told you, got to restock. You
Yeah.
let Phil down there, unsupervised.
Well, here, you can explain to him how he's shorting you.
Hey, I got my fair share and then some. I don't care. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm left with a tea, and he gets a
You're
beer.
coming in late.
Yeah, and that's it. Is I tell everybody, help yourself to the snacks and drinks in the basement, but it's a first come, first serve basis.
Well, even though
There's no lock on the fridge, so
I was the first one down there, but that's after Phil pushed me down the stairs. I was on the ground stunned for a few minutes.
that's it. Is getting back up in time to get something out of the fridge before Phil hits it. You know,
I get blamed for everything. I mean, I might
Such
be
why
guilty of
not?
everything.
bully,
I might be
Phil.
guilty
What's
of
wrong with
everything,
you?
But I don't need to be blamed for it too.
Hi, Crazy Ed.
it is so good to see Ann out there. Oh gosh, yes, I love it. I love it.
Earlier, Ann, if you didn't notice.
Phil and I, the last time I live streamed, in fact, Ann was one of the people in the discussion we were in about all of the originals, the old timers. You know, we go back a couple of years and we first all met, and some of our live streams and how crazy they would get, and and then we do the after stream chats for hours. Oh yeah, we were nuts. We were a crazy.
We
bunch.
had a lot of fun.
We
Yeah.
did. We did. We went through hell and high water, but we had a good time. doing it, you know. As yeah, it was. I miss those days every once in a while. You
Me
know?
too. Phil and I were just talking about that, weren't we, Phil?
Yeah. Well, it's funny, you know, I can remember being at work years ago and, you know, getting messages from Sam, Sty, and Crazy Ann, like, oh, we're on Facebook Messenger. And I'm at freaking work. And I'd go out to my vehicle for a half an hour and the four of us would just sit there on Facebook Messenger live or
He's
the four of us and just
he's
laugh.
telling he's telling half of the truth, guys. Because there were times he'd have his damn phone under his desk.
At his desk, yeah.
And
he'd be at his desk and he'd be sitting there.
And he's in this chat with us, and all of a sudden he'd just serious looking, and he'd kind of like that. And then he'd go, my boss just walked through it. Ugh. You know, I didn't want him catching me on that phone, you know.
Because I've been warned several times.
I bet you have. Yeah. Those were the days. So man, we'd laugh so hard. He's getting nailed, guys. Check it out. He's going to get caught.
Bill, look, he's over your shoulder.
Get busted. It's about to get busted.
He's going to be busted.
Luckily, I had the walls in my back. It wasn't a complete wall. The glass to the outside. And there was a couple times I was doing other stuff on Facebook, or not Facebook, but YouTube, that I got busted and boss get all mad and shit at me, and it was like,
well, that was it. It's your desk. Isn't it outside windows along the one side?
Right behind me.
And somebody could walk by and see just what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, we got like a porch area up there, so someone has to go out of their way to be up there in that particular area to see what I was doing. But every now and then the boss would see me over there on the computer, and he was like, and then he'd kind of walk outside, and I wouldn't see him, and then boom, they kind of know he's busted me. So,
hey, Joe W, your comment there. Good to see you're not dead. You hear the story tonight. Yeah, it's good to be alive right now. Yeah, it is so good to see you, Joe. I'll tell you. I actually, some of our streams of the past, I couldn't even. There's no way I could endure it today. Just laughing would kill me. Hey, hi, B Wizzle. Great to see you. My oldest boy running water. Joe W has renewed his hikership. Or no, that's yeah. He's been a member for such a long time. I'd never consider him if there's a 1 month lapse or something, because he's always comes back. He's a great supporter. The oldest boy running water, he's home right now with what you're going to hear about what happened last week. He managed to get his employer, and it's a big corporation. They don't have to do you any favors. They told him, yeah, you want to get home for a week, we'll do it. And they sent me home for a week and sent him home. And perfect timing. So him and I, the last couple of days, have gotten real close. And we spent all day and most of the night sitting in that living room on the same couch playing PlayStation. That's all I can do with it. Even that wears me out. So oh wow, great to see. Yeah, everything's spicy. Member for 24 months, man. A 2 year member. You betcha. And an outdoor lover at that. Yeah. Oh, hi, Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Hey, Gemma.
Gemma won't be happy with hearing tonight's story.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it.
Anybody's going to be.
I don't think anybody, is going to be happy about it.
Well, there's positives that go with it too. So don't prejudge, guys. Don't prejudge the story.
Oh, hold on,
The
Phil.
story's going to be rather tragic up to a point, and then
Phil,
there's a light at the end of the
Yep.
tunnel.
Hey, Metal Music.
Maker's Mark.
I'll
Oh
take
my God.
I had a buddy who used to come in and order that like every day, and he'd go through like half a bottle just sitting there at the bar while I just pour him shot after shot. Just he'd sit there and for hours just
I knew there
bullshit.
was something I liked about you.
Maker's
Phil.
Mark.
Good taste.
I'm drinking Starbucks Frappuccinos now because I can. You'll find out about that. What Sty can now consume certain things that I couldn't before. Lori wants to know what was going on because she didn't even know you didn't enter the hospital until Sam said something last night. I just knew you hadn't been in. I don't know what that
Live.
I'm guessing.
live.
And live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Sam, did you know that I was in there the second time?
Well, yeah, running.
Oh,
Water.
because of Running Water's posts.
Shack. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And then Sam told me
Yeah.
that I've been asking. So
Yeah. I was updating people. They were asking while I was live the other day too. So
yeah, I
kind
saw.
of-
It's funny. I saw you live on Sam's live, a week or so ago. But
Yeah.
I want to think it's like I told Sam. I says, yeah, the only reason I didn't join is I'd gotten up to go to the bathroom. I was already in bed.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I got to go to the bathroom. I was like, is that Sty?
Yeah.
I was shocked to see him too. I was excited when he joined. I was like, "What? Sty's here!"
I needed that so bad, and the timing of that was so good because, yeah, I didn't realize I was going to have a pretty traumatic thing coming up, and to have that little boost, to hang out with my friends. Yeah, it went a long ways. It really did. It really did.
Yeah.
Surely he gets a Sty pen. My 24-monthers, I think I got four of them. Within the next 2 months, I'll be coming up with something special for them folks that I'm going to send them as a unpublished perk.
I'll tell you what. You do something special for me after you tell your story. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Raven Russell, it's good to see you, Raven.
What's up, Raven?
What I'll be discussing in the Sty Story tonight. One thing I would ask too of my audience is, I don't need any medical advice, okay? I don't need any at all. I've already gotten 5,000 diagnoses and prognoses and home cures. So
I stayed at Holiday Inn Express last night.
Now that's probably the best one I've heard out of all of them.
That makes me an expert on everything. Come on.
Yeah, that's it, man.
I'm not a doctor, but I saw one on TV yesterday.
Yeah. That was talking about a real one that wasn't a TV actor. And
right. Well, no, what's that actor's name that's a doctor in real life?
Oh yeah,
You mean the Asian?
Leslie Chow.
Yeah. No.
Leslie Chow.
Is that him?
Yeah. He's a doctor in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's not a practicing doctor, I don't believe, but he's a doctor.
No. Yeah. He's got.
I don't know what his real name is. I just know his name from The Hangover.
Yeah, he's got his credence.
What is his name? Yeah.
Hi, Mystic Bunny.
His name is Kendrick.
Ken.
I can never pronounce these names. Jeong.
Good.
Jung.
I'll take your word for it.
young or
Well, we got a pretty packed house, guys.
Do we?
We got
Oh, you're watching.
we got
Oh wow.
quite a few folks here in the house.
Yeah.
Share it out, guys. Share it out.
What's up, Jan?
The more you share it out, they can hear it live, and they won't be messaging me. I heard from so and so who talked to so and so 3 days before they talked to this other person that you had this happen. Tell me all about it. Here's the link. I'm not repeating myself.
You just got to leave it with tales of my exaggeration have been, or tales of my demise have been greatly exaggerated.
Right. Yeah. Well, I still think back when I shut down Camp WTF and I ended up where there was just no internet. And I went 6 months without any activity on my channel. And I gained 400 subs in that 6 months.
You're telling me that.
And you know why? Because somebody left a comment in my very last video that said, I'm really sad to hear that Sty passed away. Now I'm dead. Once everybody thought I was dead, it's like Picasso. All of a sudden, I got to be a member of that channel. I want people to see my name attached to Sty because maybe I'll get my hands on some Sty regalia and I'll sell that shit in the future, But oh no, die and you get subs,
So that's what I need to do to get this channel monetized. I need to die.
Need to die. Yeah. I'd say dye your hair, but that wouldn't do you a damn bit of good.
Well, he does have hair, just not on top.
Yeah.
What color should I go, Phil?
Now keep
blue?
Blue?
Purple?
Purple?
Just don't use blue screen, man. We'll just get the top half of your head. That's one thing. If I forget to bring it up, mention it to me. Hair is part of tonight's story, and I'm gonna and I hope to cover that. And
I've never thought of that.
Yeah. Oh, we've been through it, and I got some interesting approaches coming up. So
Holy shit!
So content, Hey, you're laughing, aren't you, buddy? Yeah. Oh, that is going to be good. Yeah. I feel bad about the situation, but that is going to be good.
Like, all right, well.
That never saw that coming.
I was thinking about everything but hair.
Everything but hair. Butt hair.
I wasn't thinking about butt hair, but
no, you said butt hair.
Hair, not butt hair.
That's not what I heard.
I that's all I heard too was butt hair.
Butt hair. Sam, do you have any butt hair?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Hey, like my kids used to always do to me. They'd say, Dad, that isn't cool, dude. And I tell my kids, don't use that dude shit on me. I don't like it. Don't call me dude, man. I don't like that crap. And then they come and they show me in the dictionary, what's a dude? It's a hair on an elephant's ass.
Uh-oh.
I said, oh, that's why you keep calling me dude, even though you get in trouble for it. Yep. You're just a hair on an elephant's ass, Dad. Yeah.
I'm with Joe. I don't want to know about anybody's butt hair.
Yeah. That's the
Kathy.
Oh, Kathy! Ouch! How? Ow! Oh, the things we'll do, right?
You don't want to stimulate that butt hair.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Another thing.
You don't want your butt hair to start to look like Sty's face.
Hey, Mr. Connie.
Look, it's the bearded lady. No,
you're gonna end up. Yeah. If you got butt hair like my face, man, you're gonna. Yeah. There's gonna be a wet ones shortage in the world. I guarantee you.
You're gonna have some severe chafage, is what's gonna happen. Fuck
Yes.
that.
You end up with them damn dingleberries like cows get on their tails. You know?
Oh,
you when wait, when you're walking down the street, you sound like a pair of them clackers that the kids used to play with. Clack, 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 clack. When you run, you sound like somebody shaking dice, you know.
A lot of Klingons.
Yeah. Hanging out around Uranus. Yeah. Yeah. What a lively bunch we got tonight, man.
No kidding.
That thanks, guys. That's making me feel better.
It just goes to prove you can find anything on the internet.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, actually, butt hair is part of the Sty Story tonight, so just watch for it. Be prepared, because no, you don't have to watch for it. Listen for it, because I'm not showing no pictures.
I don't want to see it.
Usually your Sty Story is 15 minutes in. We're almost at 30.
Yeah, I suppose I could get started, couldn't I? Let's get this going, because I think it's going to take a while for me to tell you this first part of this Sty Story. So let's get at it. I'll do this. Okay, guys. Tonight's Sty Story. It's supposed to be the beginning. Travis brought it to my attention. He's the teacher, you know, and that I spelt it as begging, the begging, you know. Yeah, please. No, the beginning. I'll fix that later. But what is this story? Well, it's really a story about how we might think that we are aware of where we're at in life and how we are and our health, our emotions, or everything about us, you know. We think we know where we are. Then something out of the blue that pertains strictly to you comes out, boom, nails you so damn hard you just didn't see it come. Well, that's what I had happen last week. Now, many of you are aware that if you go back to Wednesday and turn the clock back then 1 full week, that Wednesday, I spent 4.5 hours in the hospital because my doctor, all the staff at the doctor's office I go to, harassed me into going to the hospital because I was so dehydrated at that point. They were afraid that my heart was going to fail on me. So I went to the hospital. Well, the doctor at the hospital, at the emergency room, said, I understand that you have had severe weight loss. And I said, yeah. Well, a year ago, May 1st, this coming May 1st, it'd be a year back, I weighed 225 pounds. I weigh 141 pounds today. I couldn't eat. I couldn't swallow. If I ate something and I managed to swallow it, and it got into my stomach, within minutes, I would have to throw up anywhere from a half a cup to 2.5, sometimes 3 cups of clear fluid. Well, this emergency room doctor, after hearing what was going on with me for 9 months, he said, well, you're starving to death. That's obvious. And he said, but it's an easy fix. It's acid reflux. So he puts me on something for acid reflux and sends my butt home, right? I thought, well, that's good news. Because they did a CT scan and they said, there's nothing wrong with your stomach. Little thickening in the esophagus where it attaches to the stomach, but otherwise, no, there ain't nothing wrong down there. Well, that Saturday at 4:30 in the afternoon, I decided I wanted a nap, which I rarely take naps. I went upstairs in our house here to my room, laid down in bed, laid down on my back, and I set my cell phone in my lap. I was kind of propped up a little bit, and I fell asleep at about 3:45. I woke up about 4:30, 4:45, in full paralysis. I couldn't move. Nothing on my body would move. I couldn't even shake my little finger, I couldn't do anything. I was laying with a hand on either side of my body and could not move, but I could move my eyes and I could see. And all I could see was the ceiling and the round light I got on the ceiling. And that's when I realized, boy, there's pain with this. I hurt too. And I thought, this will go away. And I kept trying to move, but I couldn't. Nothing would move. And the pain kept getting worse the more I tried to move. Now, I'm going to describe to you what happened during this period of time, but just so you're aware, this went on for 9.5 hours. 1:30 in the morning is when I was rescued, literally rescued, because they said I wouldn't have made it to sunup. I was 5.5 hours into it, totally coherent, awake. I could move my eyes and look, could not move anything on my body. What I ended up doing was my cell phone laying in my lap. To turn my cell phone on, I got to push a tiny little button on the side of the phone, Well, I couldn't even pick the phone up. I couldn't move my hands to get to it. So 5.5 hours into this 9.5 hour ordeal, I told myself, you're going to die laying in this bed. So I started yelling for help. I didn't know what time of the night it was at that point. I started yelling for help. And I could tell, I don't even know if it's coming out as help. It was more of like just a loud moan, And I did that for about an hour. And then finally I got so frustrated, I forced myself to just concentrate on my left hand. And finally I got my left hand to start to move a little bit, but I couldn't bend. My fingers were like in claw positions like this. I couldn't move my fingers, but I got the hand to move. And I finally got it onto my lap up against the phone. And I took about a half-hour break because I was in so much pain from getting it to that point. I concentrated on my right hand, and I got that up there. And finally, I got it to the point where the phone was propped against my left hand like this. My right hand's on this side where the button is. And with this knuckle, I managed to push the on button. My screen comes on. I pushed it, and the screen will go off in about 30 seconds. So I had 30 seconds to get the phone up and dial 911. I couldn't use my fingers. I couldn't focus well on the phone, and I couldn't hold it up in front of me. It was just enough at an angle that if I looked real straight down, I could just make out part of the screen and tell just about where the buttons are that I got to push. So I spent another hour and a half, 2 hours, using the top knuckles of my right hand on top of the phone. I'd get the phone to come on, and I'd try as hard as I could, and I could just about get the phone to activate. Finally, I got it to activate, and it took me, thank God, once it's doing a function, it doesn't shut down. It took me a half an hour to dial 911. I dialed 911 and they couldn't understand me. They couldn't understand what I was saying to them. And I started cussing and swearing. I'm dying. I need somebody here. They couldn't understand a word. They didn't know who I was. They didn't know anything because they could not understand me. And finally, the dispatcher said, "Are you so-and-so?" I said, "Yes, I am." And she goes, I'm going to ask you again, "Are you so-and-so?" Because she couldn't understand my response to that. I managed to grunt out, "Uh-huh." And she said, "The ambulance will be at your door in less than 5 minutes." Well, then I could see the lights through the curtains of my bedroom. And I heard them at the front door, pounding the front door. And she said, "Is there a way into your house?" And I managed to get out, And she said, "They're going to have to break in," and they are breaking in. And then I heard them bust in the front door. They knocked the shit out of the lock. They come up to my room, found me laying in that bed, and they asked me, "What's the issue?" And I tried to respond. They heard the sound of me and the response. And they said, "We understand. Don't try to talk. Don't do anything." First thing they did, boom, check my blood sugar. And I watched these two EMTs look at each other, and they're both sharing that meter, looking at it. Now, one looked down at me, looked back at the other one, and said, "I don't care what it takes. We've got less than 10 minutes to get him into that hospital." And he says, "If he chokes to death or drowns, I don't care. I'd rather he died from that than what he is dying from." My blood sugar was a 17. I should have been dead with a blood sugar of 17. They got glucose gel in my mouth, and I managed. It was very difficult. I could hardly move my tongue, but I managed to get enough of it down that by the time I was come into that emergency room, they're testing my blood sugar while the gurney's still rolling, and they're trying to transfer me into a exam table. And they go, "He's up to a 41. And I go, "Well, that's a hell of a lot better." And they go, "And he can talk again." Listen, he can talk again. Well, so they said technically, even though I was coherent to a certain level for that 9.5 hours, technically I was in a state of coma because my body wouldn't function. My mind, for much of it, wouldn't function. Now you can imagine 9.5 hours. I was going to take a hour-long nap. Well, I had missed myself twice during that 9.5 hours, ruined my perfectly wonderful queen-size bed. That's going out. It's going to the dump. It's nasty. It's surprising how embarrassed you can be with yourself even when you're all alone, to realize that you have no continence at all and there's nothing you can do to change that. And you can feel it, but you can't do anything about it. And then I started to hallucinate. I thought for sure that it was my prelude to going to hell. I thought I was being shown my eternity. When you spend that many hours with no control of yourself, everything was out of my control. It was painful. It was miserable, the most miserable thing I've ever experienced in my life. And I experienced my father committing suicide. That was nothing. That was nothing compared to that night. When those EMTs reached me and they got that glucose in me and I started coming back where I had full good consciousness, I realized it's probably I'm being taught a lesson is what's happening is that it's time to buckle down and be tough again, you know. Well, so they get me to the hospital, and our local hospital it's not a big hospital. They've only got 25 beds, I believe. Of course, they ran a ton of tests and they did a CT scan of me. And they said, yes, definitely thickening of the esophagus where it connects to the stomach. And that's why you can't get any food in them. I was so dehydrated. You could take any of the skin on my body and pinch it, and it would stand in that pinched shape for 10 minutes. It would not go back to where it belonged. All the elasticity in my skin was gone. They said, we can't handle this. We can't handle it. We got to send you to Duluth because you need an oncologist. How do you say it? Oncologist? And he has to be a surgeon because whatever's going on in there is way beyond our scope. So they shipped me to Duluth, Minnesota, which is an hour and a half ride by ambulance up there. They get me in there, and within an hour of arrival, they had me in radiology, and they did a full CAT scan, you know, from the chin all the way down. And because they had gone down with a scope and done ultrasound, checked everything out. And when I came out of the anesthetic in my room, I was already back in my room, and I came out of it in bed. The surgeon was there. And he said, how coherent do you feel? I said, I feel quite coherent, actually. I said, I don't feel, I wasn't feeling bad anymore, you know, not bad at all. And he says, then maybe you can take this news. And I said, what's that? He says, you've got stage 3 cancer of the esophagus. He said, where the esophagus attaches to the stomach, a small ring around at the stomach and up the esophagus for ways, it's all stage 3 cancer. He said, but we biopsied 5 lymph nodes also while we were in there. And he said 4 of them came back as benign. They looked like they were, maybe there was something going on, but nope, they're benign. 5th one has just the right amount of proteins that signify that the cancer has just made it to that lymph node. Otherwise, the rest of my body, they said, is cancer-free. They said there's no spots on your lungs, nothing on your liver, nothing on your kidneys, nothing anywhere else. We couldn't find anything else whatsoever. And I said, well, that's not good news, stage 3. And he says, no, it's not. He says, actually, it's terminal if you choose not to do anything. He says, but here's what we did. Well, we were down there. We put a stent in your esophagus. My esophagus was just barely less than 5 centimeters in diameter. And that's as large as it would get. Can you imagine trying to get food past that? 5 centimeters? And you're trying to get food past that. That's why I was starving to death. Well, they put that stent in there and they opened it up to 17%. So I've got 3 times that opening now that I had the day I went in. And I'm able to swallow soft foods. And quite a few different soft foods. They're pretty doggone good. Compared to what I had to live on. Little sips of soup here and there. With cream soups with nothing else in it. You know, I couldn't have chunks of tomato or anything, or even pasta of any kind, nothing like that. But now I can. But so they fixed it so I can get some nutrition. It was either put that stent in or they'd have to put an abdominal tube in and into my stomach, and I'd have to feed myself Ensure through a hose. And I said, okay, so that's the news. I spend the rest of my life not being able to eat and sick like this. And the rest of my life, how long would that be if I don't do anything other than try to get some nutrition? They said you got 2 to 3 months. They said it is terminal if you don't do anything. So we came up with a plan. 3 oncologists and a cancer treatment specialist from the Mayo Clinic. That's 4 cancer doctors. And it was a unanimous decision, in a sense, that if I go through a treatment plan they put together, they believe it's curable, actually curable. But it's going to require, and I suspect it's going to start happening within a week or so. Now, it depends on how sick this makes me, on whether I do live streams or not, folks. But I will be back. No matter what, I will be back. But I'm going to get the equivalent of a 4 to 5 month chemotherapy and radiation therapy program, all compressed into 4 weeks. They're going to just nail me. They're nailing me hard. At the end of that 4 weeks, within 48 hours of my last treatment, I have to be at the Mayo Clinic Hospital in Rochester, Minnesota, and they're going to go in and surgically remove the cancer. And they believe that they can get it all. They said, if everything goes according to our plan, we don't have something odd happen. They said, we'll consider, we're certain we'll be able to consider you cured of your cancer. They said, it'll give you another 10 to 20 years. Well, I've said it my whole life. I'm never going through chemo. I'm never going through radiation. I watched what it done to family members of mine. Said I'll never do it. It didn't take me a flat second to say, let's get it started now, right now. Because if you're right, I've got everything to win for. That's a win. If you're wrong, they had told me, even if we're wrong, you're still going to have your 3 months, guaranteed. So, but all 4 of them were so optimistic. I mean, they're patting each other on the back, and man, we're going to do this, man. We're going to save this guy. This ain't going to be a problem. We're going to do this. Their optimism, me witnessing and watching their interactions, is what sold me. Because usually they'll tell you we're going to put you on these routines, and they're very clinical about it. These guys weren't clinical, and that was good. That was good, because my family doctor, she's that way too. She'll just tell you the way it is. And so I said, well, okay, after the surgery, what happens? They said, if we don't have to remove too much of the esophagus, we'll be able to stretch it. They said your esophagus stretches quite a bit. We'll be able to stretch your esophagus, reattach it to the stomach, and after it heals, it'll be like you never had this issue at all. They said you'll be able to eat anything. You'll be able to order that big old T-bone if you want. That helped me say yes right there. Just the prospect of being able to have a nice T-bone steak with Travis over here. Yeah, he's up there. Yeah. So it was very disheartening to hear that I had stage 3. The very first thing that went through my mind is, yeah, I only got a couple months left. Will I have the opportunity to come live and let you guys know? Well, now I think I might have the opportunity to keep entertaining you folks maybe for another 20 years. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be great? But it's the good Lord's choice as to whether I'll be here or not. And I think it was his choice that Saturday night. I ended up spending 6 days in the hospital. And 4.5 of those days, I wasn't allowed to leave the bed. I could turn, if I called a nurse, I could turn, stand up, use a urinal, and then lay back down. That's it. Was not allowed out of the bed. Now, I learned some things in the hospital I never knew. Did you know they got these silicone butt pads that they'll put on you so you don't get bed sores? They're awesome, man. They put it on you, and it's just like a second layer of skin, but it's like a half-inch thick layer of cushy skin. And you can sit there in that bed for hours and hours and hours, not feel a thing. The only problem is all the way around the perimeter of that damn thing is this wide band of this clear tape. And it's the same kind of tape that they use to put on over an IV. And my last day there, I asked them, is somebody going to remove that pad off my ass? They said, if we can find somebody brave enough. I said, what do you mean brave enough? And they said, because you will hate them after they do it. So I did it myself. I walked into the bathroom, closed the door, dropped the old drawers and got my fingers under the edges on both hips and ripped that thing down just like I was trying to yank down a pair of underwear. Yeah, that's not good. That's like Phil's waxing. I mean, yeah, it was not pleasant at all. It kept me from getting bed sores for a week, but it wasn't a happy moment. Yeah. It was difficult because the ward they had been in the hospital, it's all oncology, it's all people with gastric issues. And they said over 80% of the people there in that ward are there because of cancer. I had to witness 7 individuals getting that word that they had terminal cancer of the esophagus, the stomach, or some other organ. It was not pleasant. It wasn't pleasant at all. It was, you know how I am. Try to laugh, try to put a smile on your face. And I felt pretty good when I left because some of the folks that were there that had been there for days with me on the ward thanked me because they said that got them. Got them through the worst of it, at least, I got them to chuckle, giggle, laugh a little, smile. some of them didn't think they ever would again. Oh geez, spicy. I want bubble bath, champagne, and strawberry, and my cowboy hat. Bubble baths with Crazy Aunt, yeah. But this incident put a whole new light on things. This summer is going to be a tough summer. I won't physically be able to do a lot until mid to late summer. I'll be able to go visit out at the campgrounds, go visit Travis and hang out with folks outdoors. I'll be able to go on backcountry road trips and camping. I might be able to do a 1 or 2 nighter, We'll see. But they figure it'll be the end of May before I'll be even taking backcountry road trips. The end of May. I did get my fishing license the day before this happened. Speak of the devil. So I plan on doing some fishing. It'll be shoreline fishing and out in the boat with Cheesehead Chris. Yeah, he's got a nice fishing boat. And he said, we'll get you out on the boat. We'll go fishing. I said, I'm game, man. I'll sit out there, drink my Ensure and fish. But oh, Travis, you ain't making room for me in the camper. No. I do want to close this tale of Sty's life and death, with some of the things that I was asked that you don't think about. One of those was, how scared are you? How do you feel about this? And just what are you thinking and feeling right now? And I shocked a lot of people when I told them, just figure it out. Just figure it out. If I'm going to die, tell me I'm going to die. Because I'm ready. I'm ready for the next great adventure. I'm ready. That's the way I see passing. There's another adventure on the horizon. Someplace I haven't been. They were shocked at that. And they said, it's not often you get people that are that willing and able to let it go like that. And I said, whoa. No, I said, I'm ready. I didn't say I'm willing or able. I'm not able to give up. It's not my nature. It's not my character. I won't give up. And I'm not willing. You think I want to go? No. All you wonderful folks I've met and chat with and get to know each other so well, I don't want to give that up. No way in hell. I don't want to give the great outdoors up either. So I told him, I said, you know what hurts? When you find out that you yourself may be passing? What really hurts is the thought of what it does to others. Not yourself. I realized that this last week, that it's not what happens to me, it's what's going to happen to others. It's the burden that I'm going to place on people by passing. That hurts. That hurts. So now that I know that 9.5 hours of paralysis, and I thought for sure I was dying that night. I would have died that night if I could have gotten a hold of my pistol. There were several times during that 9.5 hours I would have taken my own life. even though I don't believe in that at all. At all. That's the first time I've ever been that serious about it. I was willing to end it because the end would have been so much sweeter than the process. But I figure each and every one of us got so much to live for, you can't quit fighting. You just can't. You can't quit fighting. So what's that? Too damn crabby to go. Cheesehead Chris out there in the comments says too damn crabby to go. I'm not that crabby. I'm just a curmudgeon. I love my time with Chris. I do. Yeah. We've had our few occasions together to meet up outdoors, and they've been great. They fixed this, man. Cheesehead Chris and I are going to have hobo stew out over the campfire again, and I want stuffed chicken breasts again over the open fire. Some remote CC camp somewhere, just cooking like a couple of hobos, you know. But the Hike with Mike says, I am a curmudgeon too. Curmudgeons rock. Yes. But I suppose the best thing I can say about the whole experience is like I said, I thought I was given a prelude of my eternity, what I'm going to feel for eternity. And now I'm a firm believer I was just given a lesson, a reminder on just how important it is to not give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Everything comes to an end eventually, sometimes sooner than later. But you got to take every minute and cherish it. Cherish every minute. And not just with the people that your family, friends, those that you love and love you back, not just them. Cherish every moment with a stranger, somebody you've never met, and you met them for the first time, because they're teaching you something new. They're teaching you who they are. They're sharing themselves with you. Take it and cherish it, boy. Love every second of it. And cherish every bite of food you can eat. I never in my life, I've gone hungry before. I've gone days and days without actually eating and thought, boy, that was miserable. No, do it for 9 months. But yet, I found something to cherish in every day. I found my friends were here, you're out there, and there's something good in the world out there. You can find it if you give it a little effort to make your misery. And some people say the good in life makes your misery worse, makes you feel more miserable. I don't agree. That might be just my position, but I don't agree. I think what it does is it softens the misery of life. But there you go, guys. That's the beginning of this story. The next part of this story is right in the heart of I'll probably do one. I take this back. The next Sty story on this topic will be after I start my chemo and radiation. Then there'll be another one where I'm done. I'll do a live stream basically the night before I head for the Mayo and have the surgery done. And then I'll do a end of the story on what my prognosis is after they're all done. And that'll conclude this long saga, long tale of Sty and his inability to eat. But so if you want to smile and you want to chuckle, you want to laugh, have a good time, please do it with me. You know, lifts a person up, keeps us going, keeps us wanting to keep kicking. So there you go, guys. Oh, I almost forgot. I told you about the butt hair. So we thought we were talking butt hair early in the stream. So I told you about that butt pad I had to tear off. Hair. That brings up the topic of hair. Guess what? The chemo and radiation therapy is going to be so intense. They said I'll lose more than likely 100% of all my bodily hair within a matter of 2 to 3 weeks. This big old beauty's going to be history, man. It's going to be history. So, but I can grow it back in 18 months. They said it'll take about 4 to 5 months after the treatments end before my body will allow my body hair to grow back. But they said it'll grow back. Well, that's cool. Once it starts growing back, it takes 18 months and I'm right back to where I'm at. I'm good at that. Within a year and a half, old Harry Sty's back. Now, we kind of talked about it, a few of us. There's plenty of Sty beards available on Amazon, so maybe I won't have to get rid of one. Phil's got one. I can have him just cut that part of the face off of his mask, send it to me. No, I'll buy my own, Phil. But here's what I'm going to tell you guys. Before I lose this, right when they start my therapy, when they first start it, before any of it starts falling out, I'm already looking for some local gal that does hair. And I'm going to invite her here to the house in the studio, and we'll do a live stream of Sty getting shed of his facial hair. I'll have her buzz it all off.
Now, this is when I wish I lived in your area.
You would do it for me? It would make it a lot more painless. Yeah. A lot. And that's why I say some nice young gal that does hair, someone that's at least got a soft heart and a simple soul that won't think it's funny. I said I would never, ever cut this beard again the rest of my life. But it has to go. It has to go. Maybe some gal that's going through chemo in her late 70s and she wants her bush back would buy this from me. You know?
Oh my God.
Well, they do that, you know. They got the Hair for Kids program. Yeah. If you got cancer and you got a good head of hair, they'll cut it real tight to your scalp and they save that hair and they'll make wigs for the cancer treatment kids, you know. They do that. Well, I could make a, below the belt line wig for some old gal that's feeling bad about down there or something, you know. I don't know if I'd want to know where my face is going, but yeah, other than that. But yeah, so look forward to that. Not very far down the road. I'd say within the next 3 weeks, that'll probably happen. So I won't know when they start the treatment until probably by the end of next week. I'll know when the treatments will start. I'm fortunate the treatments are just 10 blocks away from me. We have a cancer center here, a very good cancer center. And so I just go 10 blocks away, get my treatments. And everybody's offering, I'll give you a ride, I'll help you out, just give me a call. Well, I got my youngest son, he'll help me out on demand. I got my oldest daughter, she lives 4 hours away from here, and she's willing to come up here every single day that I have treatment. She said, I will be there and I'll take you to your treatment, bring you back. And the day I have to go to the Mayo Clinic, she'll come up the day before, spend the night, take me to the Mayo down in Rochester, Minnesota. She only lives just shy of an hour and a half away from there. So things are falling in order. Now, one thing I did ask them, this will shock Phil. I'm going to bring the panel back up, guys. And then we're just going to have open discussion here. I get the panel back. There we go. Now, this is one thing they asked me, Bill. And it shocked me. The oncologist asked me. He said, and it's the way he said it that really shocked me. He goes, just out of curiosity, he goes, you haven't done any super hots lately, have you? And I go, lately? And what do you mean by super hots? And he goes, like Carolina Reapers, Scorpions, anything of that nature. He says anything that's made with capsaicin crystals, he knows is super hots, and he knows that whole industry, right? And I said, I have done them, but I haven't done them for a year. He said, when was the last time you had done one? And I can't remember what month I figured it was. And I told him of last year. He says, and when did you start having your symptoms? I said, about a month later. He goes, bingo. He said, you do all the super hots you want, but not if you have an underlying condition. And Phil has said that 1,000 times, man. If you have any kind of suspicious underlying condition, do not do super hots.
From here to your rear. You don't do anything spicy if you got any problem from your mouth to your rear.
Absolutely. And he said what it did was the super hots, he believes, took the cancerous tissue around my esophagus at the stomach and inflamed it to such a degree that it turned to scar tissue. And then it becomes hard and rigid. It won't flex. And that's as it thickened and got smaller and smaller, it wouldn't let food pass. But he said the super hots, all they did was accelerate. He said, you probably would have been fine for another 6 months, maybe a year. But those symptoms would have started because it was eventually going to start with just natural acid reflux. But he said the super hots on top of your acid reflux, on top of a cancerous condition, he says, big no. Capsaicin will screw you up. And so, isn't that good to find out that everything you've been pushing and selling is very legit?
Yeah, again, I always tell people, if you have any underlying conditions, if you had something like this in the past, if you had ulcers in the past, if you had any kind of problems between your throat and your rectum, you shouldn't do any of this stuff. Just saying. I've always said that. It's just you don't want to re-aggravate anything, right? You don't want anything coming back. So
hey, I gotta yell out to these folks out there in the chat. I see Rain Dancers here. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Groovy Lava Squirrel. Good to see you, buddy. We got all kinds of folks out there that I've been missing out on. But and Mojo's back in the house. Hey, you on the plane, Mojo? I got my oncologist to actually watch part of one of Mojo's Saturday grillings. And my oncologist goes, this guy right here should be your inspiration to get this shit taken care of so that you can eat some of that. I said, yeah, he is. I said, he really is. I said, all my YouTube friends, they're my inspiration. They're my power. They're my strength. And, and, you know, will I get through this thing unscathed? Maybe I will. Maybe that their optimism is well placed. Maybe I won't. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because every minute to me right now is like a gold mine. I love every single minute of my life right now.
You know, the hardest part is just following the doctor's directives. I know my brother-in-law, who we lost, at the end of last year, that was the hardest part. The hardest part for him was the chemotherapy and how he felt after the chemotherapy and wanting to go. And you say you never wanted to do it. That is the hardest part, is to continue to do that no matter how you feel, and doing it for someone else and not yourself.
See, and that's why I feel that my incident, that 9.5-hour incident, and then a week in the hospital, that's why I feel that was for a purpose. That was a lesson. That was to teach me what true misery truly is, so that I'd be prepared for this process I have to go through. And I asked them, what is the severity of it? They said, well, the worst part is for 12 to 24 hours after your treatment, you won't be able to keep anything down. You're going to be throwing up all the time. They said, and you're going to feel weak, you're going to have pains, and you're going to be miserable. And I said, ain't nothing like laying flat on your back for 9.5 hours and can't even wiggle your fucking finger. I mean, and the pain that went with that was extreme that night. It was extremely painful. And so I had to ask myself, are you ready for this? And I thought, well, no, wait a minute. I went through boot camp. I'm ready. I've been through boot. Now it's time to get on the front line and face the battle, right? I think guys like Phil and Groovy Lava Squirrel can relate. That's it. If you feel that you got enough training up front and you're determined and you've got something to gain, I got a lot of skin in the game, right? That's my life. And if I don't do it, then I'm just giving up and I refuse to. The native Kutsa.
Just keep that attitude.
Native Kutsa. I got a lot of waterfalls that even in my weakened condition for this summer, which I'll take you into them, girl. I will go visit some beautiful waterfalls. Oh, girl, I'd love it. Pack a picnic lunch up and we'll all go hiking into some of those waterfalls. It'd be great. And if Native Kutsa comes down, maybe we can talk her into camping at Black Lake with Travis. And I can come down there, meet up with her, and I can haul her and whoever's with her off to the waterfalls. And Rain Dancer, you know what, Rain Dancer, I really want to meet everybody. I would love to meet everyone in person. And you, Rain Dancer, you've been there for me, and I would love it. Yeah. Yeah, Rain Dancer, you're more than welcome to come along. That's the hard part for me is at this stage of the game is isolation, except that I'm not going to feel like having people around me during that therapy. No. I'm not going to want people sitting there trying to make me feel better when that don't do it, man. there's just nothing going to do it. So it's better. I don't like to share certain miseries with other people. I just rather grunt my way through it. They're saying that they will get me some home health care during the treatment period. So I'll have someone come in and help keep the house and do a little grocery shopping for me. A little bit I'll be able to eat. But I'm going to get through it one way or another. Damn it. I'm just determined.
That 4 weeks might be the hardest 4 weeks of your life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I watched what it did to several of my family members, that treatment. And so it's not like I don't know what to expect.
Yeah.
And I do expect it to be a miserable 4 weeks. In fact, when it's completed and I'm heading for surgery, the surgery part to me, in my mind, will be, oh, thank God we get to go on a picnic now. You know, because that surgery will be a picnic compared to the treatments.
Remember our good friend Carolyn Kennard?
Oh, she was so.
Yes.
Oh,
She went through 10 years of dealing with chemotherapy and doing everything else.
And experimental
remission. She went through everything. And so, I mean, I can remember Facebook Messenger and wanting to FaceTime her and her just not feeling up to, and it's just, she went through so much.
She was a fighter, though.
She did.
She was, man. And she would not give up. She would not give up. She was willing to try any experimental process, anything. She was willing to try it all. And that's where she was a big inspiration in my decision. Also, I got the picture she sent me, this wooden plaque with that waterfall. And I see that every time I see that, I think, yeah, don't whine. Don't ever whine about what you got to go through. Because that girl she was a champion, boy. She was a champion. Hey, Peppers.
Sheba, I don't know. Sty, did you see Sheba, aka Lori's message from earlier? I'm trying to scroll for it.
Oh, I'll have to look back.
Having a time. I'll look for you. Don't trouble yourself.
It's just
I'm looking. I'm just not finding it. Hang on. It might be a ways back.
Maybe it was somewhere else. Was it in the chat, Sheba?
No, it would be here. It's just a while ago, probably.
I'm looking too.
Yeah, I'm scrolling back.
Oh, you won't be history. You'll just be hairless for a while. Is the last thing I see.
Is the last comment you made? Oh, that's
that's the last thing I could find unless I skip something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
And that's it. Is I'll lose my beard, but there's so many people in the world, other than back in my career days, that have never seen me without a beard. They don't know what I look like without a beard. In fact, do I? Yes.
Yeah, you showed us pictures.
Here, that's me with just a mustache. Yeah.
In the middle, right?
Now look at that. Look at that chubby bastard.
That's when I made comments thinking you look like the dude from that show back in the day, the radio show. Come on, help me out. And then he also played on Head of Class.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Damn it. Shit. Damn memory seizure.
Old school freaking TV show where the guy had it was a sitcom kind of.
Yeah.
It was on right near Growing Pains and Punky Brewster. Fuck. Head of the Class.
Head of the Class. Could be, yeah.
Yeah. And then there was also the radio show. So.
Yeah.
People know what I'm talking about. Somebody's going to shout it out. I know somebody in this group's got to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Lori, that's it too. That's why I say I don't need medical advice, because say something else.
Yeah.
Because I don't need any medical advice. I have confidence in my team, my medical team right now, and where
there
that
you go.
WKRP. Yep,
There,
that's
Cincinnati.
it. That's it. Yep. But the thing is my medical team, they all know, if you know something I don't, let me know it. If I ever figure one of them's withholding information from me, they're off the team, or I'm uncooperative from that point forward. I don't want to be lied to. I want to know if I'm going to be dying and they got a prognosis. I want to know. Knowing doesn't. I have no fear of knowing it. It's the fear of the unknown that kills me. Yeah, the Mayo is awesome. They are awesome. They saved running water. Yeah, that's a story of its own. You look back in my video lists, you go back to the real early Sty stories. It's probably one of the first half dozen of them. Tragedy in the Backcountry. Go watch that, and you'll learn about running water and his experience with the Mayo Clinic. Yeah, with their staff. Yeah. Yeah. But I want to apologize, folks, for the last month of the choppy channel activities.
You have no reason to apologize, my friend.
And I hate it, but I anticipated being that way for the next 1 to 2 months, on and off. If I have chemotherapy on a Thursday morning, I am not doing it around the campfire that evening.
People will understand this is something you cannot control, my friend.
Right.
And if they don't, they can, ride the lightning.
Yeah, ride the lightning.
Right.
I straight up.
Oh yeah. Well. Yeah, Rain Dancer,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it the good fight. I ain't gonna, like I said, I won't give up. I just won't give up. The
Apple phone thing. That's what Sheba was talking about.
You got an Apple phone, don't you, Sty?
No, I think he's got an Android.
Hey.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in forever.
oh God, big hooks.
I had to wait till the story was over. I told Samantha that.
Oh.
Hey.
I'm a
Good to see you, woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ugly when I cry. I don't want to show that.
Oh, jeez. You're a beauty. I tell you what, if you want to put yourself down, call yourself a diamond in the rough then. Yeah, because you're full of shit. Yeah, you're beautiful. You're wonderful. I love you. Yeah. And that's it. And it does make the misery part of things easier to bear. You can't get rid of the misery, you just got to find a way to bear it. But it makes it so much easier when you've met some of the best people in the world, and you've become friends with folks that are always there, and I know I can give any of you a shout and say, hey, I just need a sounding board for a while, and that might happen. I'll warn my closest here that might happen. I might reach out to you someday and just say it's a bad day.
You know, with me, even the time difference, I'm up all hours, so you can contact me whenever.
You never
And I
sleep.
literally mean that. You know, I'll be up.
I just decided, and I told Running Water before the stream this evening. I told him this afternoon, you know what? That's it. Because I've been showing myself as offline on PlayStation 4, but I've been on it constantly.
I see you, you know.
I don't sleep. I don't sleep much anymore. And it's very common for me to just take a 20-minute snooze on the couch. Then I'll wake up and I'll play PlayStation for 6 or 8 hours. Take another 20-minute snooze, play PlayStation. So if you see me on PlayStation between midnight and 8 o'clock in the morning, but you don't see me from 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning until about 2 in the afternoon, that's because that's when I get my actual sleep. But tonight, I know darn well after the stream, I'll eat and watch Running Water play. And then after I'm done eating, I'll be playing that damn PlayStation till 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. So I just live on it. And yeah.
You're right, Scott. That's what I have. I'm not kidding.
That vampire syndrome?
Yep.
Yep. That's me. I like the nice warm sun and the like, but I'm an all-nighter, you know.
Yep.
All-night cowboy. Yeah. You want someone to watch the cows? I'll watch them for the night.
I got used to that schedule though, because I was bartending for 6 years, and then it's hard to get off that schedule.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then you start performing, and then you're same hours as if you were bartending. You know, you're out.
Yeah.
Midnight.
You're graveyarding it all the time, and then your biological makeup locks into it, and you just
So those nights where I'm not even doing nothing, I still can't sleep. It's just kind of a thing now.
Yeah.
Where you get a nap in when you can, right?
Yeah.
See,
that's the problem. Rain Dancer says you'll get sun-kissed this summer. And I asked him about that. I told him, I said, boy, I'm outdoors all the time. They said, keep the top knot covered and make sure to use SPF 50. They said, because with all the radiation poisoning you're going to have from your treatment, you're going to be very susceptible to melanomas. So, and I've lost 2 people in my family to melanoma. And so I'm going to, I'll be carrying around tubes of 50 with me all the time.
Sty, are you smoking the good cigarettes?
I'm smoking real cigarettes now.
They don't look brown.
No, I'm smoking these real ones because they're lighter than the cigars. You know, they seem to have lower impact on my lungs, everything. But then they say my lungs are clear as a bell. They couldn't believe how
crazy,
clear.
Right?
Yeah, it is. It's insane.
Cancer doesn't always choose the right place to hit you. It isn't always about what you've done.
Right. Not always. No. And in fact, they said because they looked deep into my family history, cancer history. They said, your whole body should be full of it. You should have been dead 3 years ago. And
Thanks.
I said, they've never found anything wrong with me until now.
Well, they found something wrong with you.
Well, we're talking about
cancer-wise.
We're talking about physical health, not mental health. There's always been something wrong with me. No, Tuna Emperor, I don't agree with you. I'm sorry. When you say that human sunscreen causes skin cancer, not the great light in the sky. That great light in the sky, I guarantee you, will give you skin cancer.
Yep.
I've lived with it throughout my life, family members that dealt with melanoma. In fact, I've had 7 family members that dealt with melanoma, 2 that it killed. And they weren't real sun chasers, but the 2 that died went through severe sunburns within a year prior to them developing advanced melanoma. And it was all in areas exposed to direct sunlight. Nothing under their clothes or anything. It was stuff that was exposed to the direct sunlight. And there's I will totally.
Tuna, nothing like a little rice and a little seaweed wrap to keep a tuna from getting sunburnt.
That's right. Tuna, they're always protected. They got a half inch of rice all wrapped around them and some rolled up in seaweed. Maybe their nose might get a spot of cancer on it, because it's sticking out. But and there are actual things that you can use that are natural for sunblocks. So the scales are the most protective. Well, a damn fish living down in that dark water, they don't worry about sunlight.
Well, scales don't do very good against teeth. I'm just saying.
And if you think sunlight if you think sunlight ain't going to kill you, how many times you walked on the beach and seen all them dead fish laying on the damn beach? See that they got in the sunlight and it gave them fish melanoma and they're dying on the beach. Yeah, I'll keep an eye out for that.
That's why fish swim low to get out of the sun.
Yeah, that's right.
Even though the water's cooler down there. So
John, I can get you a parasol, Sty.
There you go. Get him next one of those nice Asian.
Through one of my scupper holes in my kayak, I can stick a hole with a big old parasol on it. Paddle around the lake with a big umbrella on my kayak.
We just get you an Asian mama-san to hold it for you, and that'll be all taken care of.
Oh, more than that would be taken care of.
So you could do your laundry.
You bet. I'd let her walk on my back. I'd let her walk on my back.
Bath. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, rain dancer. Do some trout fishing. I bit the bullet this year. Got my trout stamps for here in Wisconsin. I'm going to do some trout fishing this summer, one way or the other. I want to go hit the Brule River. That's great for some nice browns up there. Not unusual to catch a 2.5 to 5 pound brown out of there after a half hour of fishing or so. Yeah, Scott. Trout, fried potatoes, cornbread, iced tea. I'm game.
Sounds good.
See, there's certain things. Now I do know that what they've done so far has improved things. I actually feel hungry at least once a day. I hadn't felt hungry for months, where I felt, I need to eat. I had to force myself to think about eating to actually want to eat at all. It didn't bother me. I didn't feel hungry. I didn't feel like I was starving. But lately, food has been on my mind, boy. I think it's because I started watching Mojo. I think it's his fault.
That would do it.
Well, it's all those things like food channels and stuff. It's like, if I only had the patience and the time and all the seasonings and, and the right equipment, man, I can make some stuff,
If I survive this, I will be doing some grilling in the backyard. Running Water bought an awesome brand new fire pit for us, and it's got a half grate grill system on it, and I'm going to do some open fire cooking and shit. Yeah, I'm game. I'm ready. I'm craving my stuffed green peppers in a Dutch oven, slow cooked over a campfire. Yeah, doggone it. Scott's been 156 pounds since he was 17, 54 now. How tall are you?
Like 3'2", but that's no one.
Yeah, 3'2". Yeah, big around his yard tall. I didn't even realize I knocked him over.
He's a little weeble wobble. Who knew?
Yeah,
Who knew?
weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Portobello mushrooms
6 feet tall. Holy shit,
are
bro.
excellent too.
Scott, I was your weight when I went in the Marine Corps at 6'1",
6 foot.
and
Yeah.
I had no meat on my bones.
Yeah, me right now, literally, and I'm not showing you. I have no ass. You can see my whole hip bones, both of them. You can see my hip bones. I have no muscle mass left at all. You can probably see there's no muscle mass left there at all. My biceps, I can touch my finger and thumb around them. It's gone. It's all gone. My thighs, I can touch my thumb and my middle fingers, and there's no friction around my thighs. I've never ever been to that point, and they said that all my muscle mass is virtually gone, and it's weird because I don't feel weak. I can still lift the same amount of weight I could lift when I was 220 pounds, but I can lift it, but I ain't walking across the house with it. Hey, Mike, there's E-Waste, Mike. Native Kutza, my blood work's all good. That's good to hear. My blood work too is that amazed them. They said that my blood work doesn't show anything going on at all. They said of all the ranges of everything they test in a full platform, where they do a full platform of your system, all land, almost all of them, almost dead center of where you should be. They said it's like we're looking at a 25-year-old's blood work, and other than the sugar thing, but they said it's nuts. It's nuts. Yeah, $59 for 24 big bottles. Yeah, ain't that crap expensive? I've got two 6-packs in the fridge right now. Boy, that crap's expensive, that Ensure. But now that I can take in certain foods, I don't have to do the Ensure. I'm getting nutrition. One thing, that's something I learned too, is guess what? You can take turkey. If it's fresh roasted turkey, stick that turkey in a blender and you just add a little bit of milk, not much, just so there's some liquid, right? Blend that son of a bitch. Scoop it out with a scooper, put a wad of that on a plate, pour a little gravy over it. Even I'm on a liquid diet, I was able to eat that per-eat turkey, and it was like frickin' Thanksgiving, man. I mean, I was
put a little cranberry in there, you'll be good.
I felt bad for the gal from the kitchen at the hospital when she come take my plate, and I still had about maybe 3 bites of that left, and a little bit of mashed potatoes with gravy they gave me alongside of it. And she goes, "I'm just here to get your tray." I said, "Touch it and I'll break your wrist." And she's kind of backed off, scared, and I go, I'm sorry, but I'm really not kidding. That crap tastes good, man. It's not Ensure. It's not water. It's not tomato soup again for the 500-600th time. I said, it tastes like $1,000,000. But When they brought my plate out to me, it's in 3 sections. One section had the turkey with the gravy. One section had the potatoes with the gravy. The other section, they give you this menu card telling you what's what. The other section, all it said was vegetables, right? It was as bright green as these labels under our names.
Nice.
It was so freaking sparkly green. I'm just like, what the Sam hell? But they put a nice big wad of a big slab of butter on top of it that melted in it. And I took a spoon of that, and it was so sweet tasting, natural tasting, and you could tell right away it's green beans and broccoli.
Yeah.
But it's a very fine cream mush kind of thing. But the taste was just like fresh steamed vegetables, man. Yeah. And I only got that once in the hospital. Otherwise, they let me order for myself. So I was ordering cream soups and a lot of sherbet, man. A lot of sherbet. I could eat that shit like it's going out of style.
I remember getting my tonsils out as a kid, and all the ice cream and stuff they bring you right after you get your tonsils out, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, Rain Dancer. Anything with gelatin in it is good for you because it's a slow hydration. Because it's hydrating you all the way through your digestive system. And the problem I had is I couldn't swallow Jell-O. I couldn't break it down enough to make the bites small enough to get through my esophagus. Now I can. But like yesterday, the reason I had such high calorie count is that I had 4 yogurts. I had 2 flans, if you know what flan is. It's an egg custard. Caramel flans, man. I have a couple of them every day now. So yeah, I'm eating again. The one thing I did see though that I won't do is don't puree beef.
No?
Don't do it. No, it turns the nastiest gray color you ever seen.
It would.
If you're gonna eat it in the dark, maybe. But if you got to see it, you ain't gonna eat it. It looks nasty. It makes potted meat look like gourmet. It really does.
Dark gravy on it will fix it.
Yeah. Put
Gravy on it.
smother it in gravy.
Yeah. Smother it in gravy. Yeah.
Scott can't eat yogurt. Reminds him of snot. The ones I get the creamy yogurts. They're not as firm.
I like the Greek yogurts.
I like.
I like Greek yogurt. I like the flavor of Greek yogurt. It's not the texture as much. It's just Greek yogurt's just richer. And I look for yogurts that they got to be at least a minimum of 150 calories per cup. So I eat 4 of those. There's 600 calories right there.
I was looking for the calories now.
Yeah. Oh, God, am I ever. The ground beef. Yeah, I can't swallow even ground beef, even now with the stent in. The feeling of ground beef going down triggers things. But it's getting better. It won't be long, and the deer heart and liver. Yeah. Hey, I used to always eat my deer hearts and the deer liver. Yeah. Running water brought me home from the hospital and on Friday, and I couldn't believe it. We drove past this one farmer's field, and there was at least 150 white-tailed deer in that field.
Wow.
At least. And literally going down the highway, every 50 to 75 feet, there'd be 2 or 3 whitetails.
I believe it.
And that's for 50 miles. It was that way. And I told him, I said, that's insane. That means Wisconsin, for our region, is probably going to have open tag for this season.
Oh yeah, they better start killing some of that shit.
Where you can go in and buy as many doe tags as you want. And so I have to get better because I'm going on my youngest son's 10 acres down here. That's just deer frickin' heaven. And I'm going to fill the freezer with venison. My God. I might have to find some young kid to bring hunting with me to drag my deer off for me, but I'm doing it, man. I'm doing it.
To come do that.
What's that?
I could be convinced to come drag your deer.
I bet you could.
He said young kid.
Because yeah, he likes to think he's a young kid around me,
You know, I've still got the right color here.
Yeah. Just because you teach young kids doesn't mean you're a young kid.
No, that actually makes me age. I attribute 3/4 of the gray in this beard to my students.
They'll do it. I got 6 kids. I'll tell you, they'll do it.
Yeah, John, Adventures in the Heartland. He wants to go.
And Scott's got the good idea. You have a 4-wheeler out there.
I'll bring my ATV.
Oh, yeah.
I'll bring my ATV. Then I don't have to be young.
I was going to say he's got one. Travis has got one. You betcha, Travis. I'll take you out for a hunting adventure then.
There we go.
We'll go kill
a
few deer. Huh?
Should I bring the plow and plow us a path to the stand?
What's up, Jack's grandma?
Oh, we won't need it.
What's up, Jimmy?
Hey, Jimmy, OG's son, my friend. I am so happy about your cancer issue. I've been keeping track of you, bud. Praying for you. Man.
Yeah, Jimmy's had to deal with his own stuff, so
yeah, he sure has. And and the thing is the C word, we don't care how mild or how major it is. If you got the C word, it scares you, and it scares you. It makes you rethink a few things, Yeah, OG's son. I hope it all works out too, and I'm very optimistic. I'm being as positive as you can be without creating a huge letdown. If I get bad news at the end of the day, if I get bad news at the end of the day, I want to remain prepared for that. I don't want to be convinced they're curing me. That's all there is to it. Well, they're going to do their best. I believe they are. And if it doesn't work, it's not for lack of them giving it their all, So yeah.
I think I'm going to duck out of here, Sty. It's about that time.
Yeah. Have fun at work tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. Did I mention it was prom last night?
Oh, no.
Oh, it was prom last night, huh? Thanks, Jimmy. A old part like you got a great chance of kicking its ass. Yeah. I've been through enough things in my damn life. This getting added now in the mix, this is the worst, situation. Like I had said earlier, I've been in some I've been through some bad times, man. But this is bad. But it's not so bad now. It's not so bad today. For one thing, I'm never going to end up comatose like I did last week. Again, I'm never going to let that shit happen. I'm going through so many blood glucose strips a day now, and I make sure my blood sugars stay up. And they told me, they said, we want to see your blood sugars high, not low, ever. If they're high, you're forgiven. Low, you're not. They said, we'd rather have you have high than low. Hey, Sean for help. Hey, it's great to see you. Infinite Ma. Awesome.
All right, Sty. I'm out of here. Have a good night. Stay in touch.
You have a good day at school tomorrow there, Travis. Yeah.
See you
And
guys
we'll
later.
stay in touch, buddy. We'll stay.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys later. Bye, Phil. Bye,
See you,
Sam. Bye,
Travis.
Crazy Ann.
See you, Travis.
Yeah.
It seems like old times.
What's that?
This seems like old times.
Yeah,
It
it does,
really
doesn't it? I love
like
it.
Where's Dojo?
I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy. Yeah, where's Dojo? Yeah, gosh almighty. Did you hear us, Ann, when we were talking about Phil when he would be at work and he's hiding his phone?
Oh yeah. I was listening in the whole thing.
That
I'm like,
She was in the
That's so true, isn't it? You know?
yep.
Yeah. And we kept telling him, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get in trouble.
And he got in trouble.
Yeah, and he did. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Spank.
there was time.
He
Make him-
was even on the phone on the toilet with us on the work.
They can't get me in the toilet, so
They can't get you in the toilet.
oh,
That's
Still is bad.
yeah. Yeah, John saying the old time crowd.
Yeah, Teresa. Yeah,
Teresa, sweetheart. Oh, there's
aside
another
from
one.
Dojo, who are you missing from the old crowd?
Well, we got
Cindy.
some Cindy. She was a hanger. And we had for
Nicholas
quite a long
coming.
time. For quite a long time there, we had Andy K. You know,
Oh yeah, Andy.
I miss Andy so much.
Yeah,
Me
I miss him
too.
so much.
he's
The,
looking well. I've seen him on pound.
He is. I've seen him too, and he looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does.
The,
And he has,
I
no,
think
he
he,
has no beard. No beard. He's all shaved.
no, he's all clean shaven, and he looks like he's working, like he's a businessman or something, you know. Yeah. But yeah, the old crowd, man, oh man. The neighbor girl, great to see you. Awesome. Hey Matt J. Boom. There he is.
What are you doing, Samantha?
That's the only regret I had about this hospital stay of something I could have controlled was I didn't have my youngest son brought me a couple of things I needed there. But I didn't have anybody. My daughter brought me a couple things. I didn't have them bring me a stack of my Sty stickers. I could have given out about 400 of them damn things, man. I had people actually looking up the channel in my room. They're just like, "What's the name of your channel?" And they search for it, find it, and they go, "Okay, yep, I pinned you." Yeah, okay, good. But yeah, I could have really passed them buggers out. They probably would have ended up stuck all over.
See Teresa's comment there, Sty?
As I said earlier, you're not a burden. It's about the love and memories we have together. That's right. And that's so true. That is so true. I mean, I look at my channel now, I think I'm at 932 uploads. Almost 1,000 uploads. And I can go back anytime I want and revisit, And it's so, the memories are just so
some of those
good.
live streams. Whew.
Native Kutsa, you haven't got Sty stickers? I'll take care of that shit within the next 2 days. They'll be in the mail and on their way to you.
What's up, Matt J?
Yep, Matt J.
Hey, Matt.
That's because I'm so lovable. Oh, yeah, I'm lovable, all right. Son of a bitch. If I had a lady friend, she said, "I'm cold, warm me up." I tell her no. Because whatever warmth you've got left in you, I'm sapping it from you, man. I am not cuddly. I'm not cuddly anymore. Yeah, if you like holding on to a bag full of bones, there you go. That's yeah. Anyway,
Like,
Use those bones.
don't we all e-waste? Come on.
I can take care of that, Mike.
No.
Samantha, you're not muted.
I
Is it that? You're not muted.
You're not muted, Sam.
no, you're not.
Colin said.
Mute her, Sty. Help her out.
I asked the kid if he did. He said he did.
Yeah. Mute
There you
it.
go.
Mute
Yeah, we don't need to hear all
But-
that.
That thing
But-
you don't need to.
But E-Waste Mike really wants to see Anne's boobs.
I did it. I shake them for him. Oh, yeah,
There you
there you go.
That's what we all imagine they would look like.
Yeah. That's Snow Lady.
Are you happy, Mike?
There you go. There's the bomb of the night. Yeah, there's a bomb of a joke.
Like right away when I get up here, I'm shaking my boobs. What the fuck? I should just stay away from panels.
You should. Yeah. No, you shouldn't. I want to see you more often.
Yeah. Like
Right.
every time I'm up, like I have to shake it for somebody.
You're shaking it for somebody.
That's just Mike. You know, Mike's a pervert. So
Yeah.
I mean, most of those guys are perverts, but you know.
Yeah, you shouldn't talk so loud, Phil.
Infinite Ma would pay for spicy boobs. I tell you what, man, they had me stripped down to my boxers, and I'm standing there, and these doctors are looking at me, and they're shaking their heads, and they're saying, "My God," that when one of them, and he goes, "You have to pardon me," because he says, "I'm from Jewish descent, but I can't help but say it. You look worse than a Holocaust victim."
Mm.
He says Holocaust victims, their skin usually conforms to their skeletal frame. He says, "You're gone. You're just gone." And I said, "God, you're so uplifting. You know, you just make me feel so much better." But that's why he won his way into my arena, is by just being honest, you know. But yeah, it's not. Matt, pushing the wrong buttons.
Just pushing extra buttons. That's all.
That's it. Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
I muted you until you got back because we were yelling at.
Colin had just had a playground bully.
Hey, what?
He just had a playground bully. So he showed up at the house and he's crying because this kid kicked him in the shin. And Frank just happens to be here picking up his golf clubs. He's like, "I'm fucking going over there." So my
Oh no!
got in this kid's face.
Oh no!
He sent him home, and Colin's like, "Thank you." He's all like happy. He comes back. He's like, I was like, go home.
That's
But go home.
That is too good. That is too good. But I got one that at first it shocked the hell out of me. Then I had to laugh. But this fella that I know, he's a great artist. He's a tattoo artist, but he does a lot of sketching and painting. Awesome artist, pure pacifist, right? Well, him and his wife, they had their first one and only child, little girl. Well, she's about 6 years old, and they're at a friend's house, and their little boy, that's like 7 or 8, grabbed her by the shirt, and he's cocked back, and he goes, "I'll punch you right in the nose, you little snot," you know. And she was spoiled, you know. What the heck? It's their only baby, you know. Well, this guy, he jumped up out of the lawn chair, run over, grabbed this 7-year-old kid by the shirt, and he lifts him off the ground, and he cocks back, And he goes, I'm going to bust your jaw. He says, you little bastard, touch my daughter ever again. I'm going to do that to his dad, man, not to the kid. He's going to punch that kid out for touching his daughter. He's a 7-year-old, for God's sakes. You know? After all of it happened, I laughed so damn hard. Here's this grown man over there going to beat the hell out of his 7-year-old because he touched his little girl. Yeah, pretty extreme. Oh, we got a basement dweller. There he is.
Oh, hello there.
I didn't come up because Sam said I had to.
I was just fucking messaging you, asshole, worrying me like
Hey, I
that.
don't need this shit.
I love you. Damn you.
Listen to this group, man. There's our old
Where'd he
school.
go?
He's there.
You fucking prick. Scare me like that.
Bite me.
I give up messaging him because he doesn't reply. So yeah.
I have been so freaking sick and going through a bunch of shit. I don't even do YouTube anymore.
I was reading
Now
that.
it's getting very shorter.
I'm living on this is what I live on now. These damn things. Focus, bitch.
Put him big, Sty.
I'm trying.
Don't make me big side, please.
It's still blurry.
I
don't know. I had my legs done. They're all healed and fine. Now every time I eat, I get sick, and it feels like I'm having a heart attack. It's so bad. So I'm chewing knees and Tums. So I don't know. I got some kind of indigestion thing going on.
Yeah.
I went for a walk. I started doing my walks again, and I got down to the end of the street, and I literally had to come back, and my chest hurt so bad. But they said that the acid, when you move, it just, I don't know, moves around. But man,
Yep.
it ain't a heart attack. I've had a few of those. I know it ain't that, but man, does that hurt? And it puts you, it stops you in your tracks.
And that's it. It's that influx, or reflux, is bad because it's transitional. Because there's a huge portion of your esophagus that has no pain receptors in them at all, but there's spots that do, and that reflux will pass those spots and just about feel like you're dying, man.
Yeah, I mean,
they said that's my condition. What caused and encouraged the cancer in the esophagus was the reflux. And I said, but I don't have heartburn. I don't have pain in it. And they said, you don't get it, man. Your reflux wasn't getting high enough into your esophagus for you to actually feel it. It was in a region where there's no pain receptors. They said another inch and you would have been screaming, help, help, help. It's us, son of a bitch. Painful. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's painful.
What's up, John Ross?
Yeah, they put me on that. It starts with an O, whatever it is.
Yeah, that's what I have here, though.
Yeah. You take one a day?
Two. And about 30 Tums. I'm loaded up. But no, today hasn't been bad. I haven't had like a severe hit today. So I've been lucky today. I can actually eat today, but I don't know. I take one of these and I sleep a little better.
Uh-huh.
But I have this thing. I mean, you guys probably hear it. I'm always clearing my throat.
Uh-huh.
Since I started taking these, I don't do that much.
Really?
Sure.
So, there's something going on there. I don't know.
Yeah.
All we're missing is like Granny and Dojo, and we'd have.
Where's Granny at?
No. I wonder. I haven't seen Granny in a while.
Oh, I've seen her around.
Yeah, she pops.
I've seen her here and there.
Yeah.
But
She have her issues too.
Yeah, she's been
Time difference for me, even. Who knows?
Yeah. I
haven't seen her in a long time.
And Dojo, I've seen him around, but he doesn't do panel so much.
He doesn't do panel often anymore.
No.
I was lucky last month. I think I had him up 3 times during the whole month. And I considered myself fortunate because he's just not doing panels. And
I think he's the only one who's been on is yours.
Yeah, I always liked Dojo coming around. Dojo, yeah,
That's how we met.
yeah. Dojo was a big factor in how we all got together.
Yeah.
The
Dojo and Gemma and myself all met in one community, and then Gemma, I believe, met you, Sty, and I met you through Gemma and them. And then Phil, you came in the mix somehow.
Dojo brought me.
Yeah.
yeah,
Dojo was leaving my panel to go watch Sty on a Tuesday night. I think it was a Tuesday night or what.
yeah, I think it was.
Okay. And so yeah.
Like, well, let's all go over
So Phil tagged along with him. Yeah.
Like the same time, it's crazy, and it's been a better part of over 2 years at least now that we've known each other. Yeah.
And Phil and I, we didn't really, we chatted, but we didn't really connect until Crazy Andy K sent me those psycho bars.
Mm-hmm.
I dragged him up there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was
and that's it. Is I was following Ann around all the time, and I started hanging out at Phil's with Ann, and then she's messaging him constantly, get your butt up over here at Sty's, and one thing led to another. Here we are, folks.
Yeah. When I met Ann, I was just like immediately like,
you fell in love.
Like this chick. Oh, yeah. I was like, dude, that's my type of girl.
I just remember those glasses and that ponytail and you sitting like that.
Oh, that was so. I tell you what, in the early days, it was so different. I'll never forget. Sam and I were just having
it like this, but I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he was sitting so close
with
to
the horns in the way.
So close. And,
it was awkward. You never know where to fucking look when it's a phone. I didn't have a laptop yet. It was weird. I had a window ledge and a freaking cell phone. Stop.
I'll never.
The kitchen in the background. I used to tell her to put shit away.
So you were always telling her, "What's that shit out on the counter? What's that shit on the table?"
You left your syrup out. I was like, "Who the fuck puts the syrup away? It's by the toaster."
But I'll never forget. Sam and I were having a private video chat, and her son comes running in. I want something. I'm hungry. She goes, "What do you want?" And he goes, "Mac and cheese." She said, "Good, that's easy. I'll get that going for you." And then about 5 minutes into that, she goes, "Sty, I got a problem." I said, "What's that?" She goes, "I don't have any damn milk to make that mac and cheese with." Mm-hmm. And I go, "Oh, really?" And I said, "You got powdered milk?" "No." "You got half and half, cream?" "No." "Do you have powdered creamer for coffee?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I said, "Reconstitute some of that into a liquid form and use that." She did, fixed this mac and cheese, fed it to him, and he's just telling her, "Oh, that's good mac and cheese. I like that. I want some more."
He pigged out. He ate the whole freaking bowl.
He ate the whole thing. And he didn't have a clue that he was eating coffee creamer.
Have a good night, Justin Anderson.
Instead of milk.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah.
I think Rain Dancer's leaving.
Are you leaving, Rain Dancer? Hey, sweetie. Thanks for being here. Take good care of yourself. And I look forward to the day that you and I can go hike some waterfalls together.
Why, you just fall down. Right, you just fall.
Just stay away from loose pine needles.
Yeah.
I said I want to go to waterfalls, not Sty Falls. I'm not going back to Sty Falls ever again, I don't think.
You only weigh 40 pounds. You can't even keep your own weight up now. You're going down.
Well, he almost died out. Remember, he had low blood sugar and almost died out in the woods before.
Right.
Oh, shut up.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I've got glucose packs with me all the time now.
That's when Crazy Ann started.
Hey, Tim.
What?
Yeah, she was constantly
when he was out in the woods and he had low blood sugar and he was up
Oh.
against a tree and
And then she was with, did you take your pills, Sty? Did you take your pills, Sty? Every
11
stream,
o'clock Sty,
every-
time to take your pills.
time to take your pills. Yep. And even if we didn't have
She
streams
didn't go
going
out
on, she'd message me on Facebook. Did you take your pills? Yeah.
Just do like I do. Don't answer her messages. She'll quit.
Yeah, I give up texting him. So I just gave up.
I see every one of them. I just look and go. Once in a while, I'll give you a
So
shout.
many I text and they don't reply. I'm like, fuck it, why should I then like?
But you know what the problem? You know what the problem is? I get them from you, Sam, Shernette, Granny, Amy Amore, a crap load of the scrapper guys. It's just like all day long. I just shut the damn thing off.
Yeah.
That's right.
I just give up. I give up.
I mean, if somebody's sending me a nudie or something, I'm on it.
Right.
You're right on it.
Every
Yeah.
time I see a Sam, I'm like, oh, this could be it.
I'll send you a nudie, Mike.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. No.
No.
A nudie.
A nudie.
Yeah,
Nobody,
nudie.
nobody needs to see a whale rough. No.
No nudies?
Yeah. Well, I can only let this go for about 15 more minutes, and I'm going to have to shut her down. I got a good group in the house. Boy, there's a good group still in here, but I'm going to have to let you go. I've got a doctor's appointment early tomorrow. A follow-up on the cancer, setting up all my cancer treatments. I got to go back up to Duluth, Minnesota, the hour and a half hour drive up there and back to have a PET scan done this week. So they want to get that all squared away tomorrow, get all the logistics done. And so I figure I better get some sleep tonight, get up early enough to shower up and be ready to go in the morning. Running water's taking me, so.
It's my time, but I am keeping you in my prayers, my friend, and I love you.
Love you, girl.
If
Love you,
need me.
girl.
I'm
You
serious.
bet. Yeah,
You know I'm up.
yeah,
If
yeah.
I'm up. You know you can
Yeah.
message me, call.
You
All
betcha,
right.
sweetie.
Guys.
Take care.
Sam.
Yeah,
What time she left?
it's about time she left. There's the old mic for you. Yeah. There are certain comments that if I don't hear them, I wonder, are they doing okay? You know, they're down about something.
It's probably been about 3 weeks since I've been on a panel or anything.
Really?
I haven't worked in like 3 weeks. Like 3 weeks, I haven't even done no work. Hey, Granny.
Hey, Granny.
There's Granny. Great to see you, girl.
And look, my beard shrunk.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did.
You trimmed a lot of that.
Mine's really gonna shrink.
Earl's been chewing on it.
Oh, that is.
Yeah.
Hairball.
Yeah.
I clean them up.
I don't know what's going on, but my beard's gotten a lot shorter, and my cat keeps coughing up hairballs. You know, kind of tells you something, don't it? I'm sorry. There's certain things that happen that, folks, even tonight, that I try to remind myself to bring back up, and I keep forgetting. I'm looking for something here that I did not point out, and I'll find it. And then I'll get to it. So if I seem distracted, it's because I'm going through the chat way the hell back. So,
But I still have this. See?
Still got the ponytail. Damn.
Hang on, my phone, where?
I can choke myself with it. Look at that.
Please do.
I
Hang
try.
on,
Every
damn
minute.
hippie. Damn old hippie.
I know, right?
What the hell's the matter with you? That's what I wanted to bring up. Thank you very much.
That
there,
super
Phil.
chat was like 2 hours ago.
Yes, it was. It was. It was damn near 2 hours ago. It was at 7:14 p.m. I mean, that's 15 minutes after I started.
I can't super chat him. Last time I did, he started crying and I felt bad. I didn't feel bad.
No, I didn't do it. Mike
No.
felt bad.
Yeah.
Mike,
What's up, Mad Kiwi?
Mike does stuff to me that just sets me off because he's
Hey,
done so much for me. He's done so much for me already that it's great to see you, Matt Kiwi. It's been a while. That's
Wonder if Granny got pants on.
Probably not.
What the hell are you wondering that shit
Probably
for?
sitting
What's
on the
it?
couch half nude thinking about you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Granny used to talk to me every day. She don't talk to me no more.
Yeah.
I wonder what would cause that.
I don't know.
I must have been very off-putting because once I met Granny, she hardly came to my lives or talks to me anymore. So once she met me, she was unimpressed and just doesn't hang out with me.
I don't blame you.
People judge you on the company you keep, right?
Right. And
guess what?
I thought
you're keeping company with me, so you better be ready to be judged.
And I thought meeting my wife would help to offset the fact that I was so off-putting, but apparently not. So.
I think of some of our old streams, boy. There are times where if I was a newbie in the house, I'd go, I don't know about this bunch,
Right.
Yeah.
Have a good night, Freeman James.
Hey, Freeman. Have a good one, buddy. I'll keep you updated. Tell sis. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as best I can. Justin, you don't have to do that, buddy. Yeah. In fact, the night that Mike blessed me with that big super chat, and everybody started yelling at me when I said, I'll have to figure something out for that money, and because it goes in the studio account. And they're saying, no, spend it on yourself. Do, get whatever you want. Do whatever you want with it. But it's not for YouTube. And so, I went out. I bought a bunch of ice cream. Yeah. I dipped into that and bought myself some ice cream. Not that much worth ice cream, but Granny. I always like having Granny around. Yeah.
I mean, she wouldn't always say a whole lot on the panel, but when she did, it was gold.
Oh, some of her one-liners, were to die for. I mean, you're just like, where the hell did that come from? I'll never forget, and it was early on when I first met her online, and I went to one of her lives, and Ann and I had a talk about it afterwards. I told Ann I was over at Granny's and I saw this and this and this. I get over there, and people that have been following her all along, she's telling them, you need to shut up. You need to stay out of the chat. Quit getting involved. Quit getting them. Because all her live stream was about was trashing a troll. Somebody she was having a lot of trouble with. And her audience are jumping in and trying to support her and say, oh, we understand, we agree, and this and that, that he's a bad person, this, that. And she's telling them, shut up. I don't even need you here. She's telling her audience, go away. I'm bitching him out. You just go away. And I thought, whoa, man, is she hotter than a pistol?
Yeah.
And
the troll is still here.
Because the troll likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Hard, hot, and heavy. Oh, yeah.
Well, I don't know about hard.
I always wear pants. Just so you know.
Naked in a yard when he was drunk or something. I don't know. Many years ago. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they do cure me because Running Water's got some liquors in his cabinet there. I want to try.
Here you go.
Yeah, Some of them look
Do
like
it now while you can.
some of them look like they might be tasty.
We can't get rid of winter. Mad Kiwi.
Mad Kiwi, their clocks went back, ours jumped ahead.
Yeah, we woke up to snow this morning, although it was already melting because it came in last night. But
oh yeah, yeah, we didn't get any snow. We got up to the low 40s today. I didn't even wear a jacket to the store today. Running water had to run into town. I said, I'm coming with you. And we run to Walmart, a couple other spots. And he was saying, well, when I poked my head out there this morning, it was pretty nice. So it wasn't too bad. And I run to the front door open and walk out on the porch. And I'm going, yeah, no jacket today, man. I'm going to go. That'll be my first no jacket day this year. Yeah.
I'm usually just a hoodie guy. If I'm not working, if I'm home, I got a long sleeve I got a t-shirt on underneath here that'll tuck in. And I've got a hoodie on. My hoodie's my jacket because I ain't hanging out outside even when I snow blow. I've got a hoodie on. You know, unless it's super, super cold, that's just a hoodie on. So
yeah. I used to always be that way too. But now that I ain't got no body mass, I freeze up.
Well, I got my fat to keep me warm. Right,
there
Mike?
You go. Mike is speaking from experience.
I lost 8 pounds.
Did you? Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll find you.
Well, because I wasn't eating. I quit eating because every time I'd eat, it felt like I was going to die. So, I mean, I was just like crackers and, water. That's my new diet, crackers and water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure know what that's like.
14 pounds in the last 2.5 weeks. So
really?
Yeah, I changed some things up. You'll notice that, I'm not drinking. I mean, the beers I was drinking were 250 calories and 20 carbs.
Yeah.
And these are 95 calories and 2.6 carbs.
Oh, really? Only 2.6?
Yeah. I lost 70 pounds drinking these before. So
you can drink a bunch of those and not even get drunk too.
Well, that's true too.
That's true too.
Makes me feel like a man, except for the fact that it's a very skinny can.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Lori, you have a good night if you're heading out.
Phil deserves
it. Native Kutza says, I'm cold all the time. Yeah, you come out here in the middle of the summer, boy, I still like my roaring campfires. Yeah, the nights feel awful chilly, even though it's in the mid to upper 50s.
So I lost 8 pounds, but it was a little late. Hold on a minute. I already broke the bed. Where is it?
Broke the bed?
Broke the bed?
Oh, he broke the bed.
Broke the bed.
You had to stop jumping in the bed.
Did you have a lady over?
No, you know how I did it? Earl was having an issue at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so I jumped out of bed, and I jumped up and I was groggy and so it was either fall back on the bed or hit this glass desk, and I fell back all my weight on the bed and it said, Burr! I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Then I said, fuck Earl. Broke my bed. Fuck that cat. Die, son of a bitch.
That's yeah.
I did it.
You're not worth my bed.
Yeah. So now I gotta get a new bed.
Well, that's what I told Running Water that was one of the most misfortunate parts of my event last week. The fact I ruined my mattress on my bed. And he goes, your bed's a queen size, isn't it? I said, yeah. He says, just go in my room and peel one of those top mattresses off and put it in your room, because he's got 3 top mattresses on a platform. And he says, yeah, I got one of them beds that's way too high off the floor, and it's got several mattresses. He says, so just grab one of those to replace yours. I says, oh, God, that'll work. Yeah. And then I thought, what the hell? Does he think he's the princess? I bet you I'll go in there and pull a mattress out and there'll be a P under it, Instead of a P in it, there's a P under it. Yeah.
What's up, Blake?
What's up,
Hey,
Blake?
Blake.
Hey, Blake.
Blockade.
Blockade. Oh, yeah. I got to witness a couple of good domestics in the hospital. This old boy and his wife got an argument over. He's like me, says sherbet, right?
Mhm.
But it's Shabbat or Shabbat. And they're arguing over that shit. Dumbest thing in the world. I said, give me some of that goddamn weird ice cream, you know?
Right.
But those two argued. He was my roommate. And they argued for almost 2 hours over that. And I said, Jesus Christ. I rung the nurse. I said, can't I get out of this bed and go for a walk? Get me a fucking walker or something. She goes, no, the doctor's orders bed rest strictly. And I said, I can't stay in. Then take him for a walk or something. But
You get earplugs in the hospital.
Nope.
no, they don't give you earbuds.
No earplugs.
Oh, earplugs? I didn't offer those up either.
Not me either. Fuck.
You know what really pissed me off is I'd go a couple of days and my cell phone would die, you know, and I'd have to get it charged up. Well, so I told them, I said, I got the charger, I got the cable. Where can this be plugged in? Right behind your bed, we'll plug it in. They plug it in. Well, that cable came just far enough. If I plugged my phone in, it laid here on my chest to charge, right? Well, so I spent a whole fucking week that way, right? My last day there, I'm looking at that bed, at the right-hand guardrail thing, you know, with the buttons for adjusting the bed. And I go, what the hell? And I looked under there. I go, what the fuck? 2 USB ports built into the bed. I could have plugged that fucker in there and had 6 feet of goddamn cable to work with all week. Oh, hell no. They don't tell you what the hell's connected to that bed. And then they have on your handheld remote, you can control the bed and the TV and everything. And so I turned the TV on. Well, it's a speaker in that handheld unit. There's no speaker turned on the TV, no audio up there. It's all right at your bed, right? Well, my roommate, he didn't give a shit. His wife was constantly, can't you turn that TV down? You're right, I can't. I don't know how. Fuck you. Go away.
Bitch.
Sure as shit. I found out all I had to do is take a pair of my earbuds and plug it right into that fucking thing.
I hate laying in hospital. I was on four men's room. Oh Jesus Christ! And all of us like old ladies and listening to the news and then going up and up and up again. The same shit, like 24/7. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
I just got to listen to the same shit all day long.
Yeah, and the night there was snoring and there was farting. There was running to the toilet.
Oh my God!
Minutes, you know, I was like, and the nurses was coming like every now and then to take blood samples and blood pressures and everything and pills, and I was like, yeah, I didn't get much sleep in that week. I was laying there. I was like, maybe I got 24 hours. No, I didn't get 24 hours on 1 week.
Yep.
There's
your free health care. So anybody that wants free health care, that's what you get.
That's what's coming.
Yeah, then I got COVID, and I got a lot stuck on a room for myself, but I still couldn't sleep. But yeah. Well,
That's a hell of a way to get a room to yourself, though.
Yeah.
There's got to be an easier way.
Right?
Oh, how much longer did they make your pecker?
What?
What?
What the fuck are you talking
Did
about?
they make your pecker?
Which pecker?
Your pecker.
I don't have a pecker.
You got a pecker. Shut up.
Oh, I don't have a pecker. What the fuck?
Or did you lose something in your butt and they had to go in and get it?
You say that she's got a pecker, but that just proves you're a prick. I mean,
You got it.
Oh, I had one surgery. Now I removed my uterus is what I was doing now. And
Is that what they did?
And then And
Oh.
next, I'm going to take the gallbladder. So I'm waiting for that.
Oh, see, I thought they did your gallbladder.
No,
Yeah.
I was in there for removing that shit. So yeah,
Oh, so
and
you-
I got stitches all over my stomach, and I'm like, it scratched so bad.
Let me see.
Ah,
Let me see, he says.
Let me see.
Like, yeah, I was like, it's like there.
Ow.
Like that.
You asked for it, Mike.
Hey, Matt J.
Can I
Hey,
get one more? Let me hit the replay.
Matt, you talk about taking your game system to the hospital. I was so pissed. I was so pissed off because I couldn't talk, so I couldn't tell the EMTs. There's a box in the living room, and it just says games on the front of it. Grab that big plastic case. Grab it. It's like a suitcase. Grab it. That's got to come with me to the hospital. If I would have had that damn thing, I could put it right on my the tray table. Could put it on there, pull it around on the bed, and I could have played PS4 right there. It's got a high definition screen built into the case, and the PS4 strapped in it, and controllers, everything in it. You just plug that case into the wall, and you're up and running. I could have been playing all damn week. But oh no. But that thing's packed and ready to go if anything happens to me again, man.
That's all I've been doing for the last 3 weeks.
Minecraft?
Playing Minecraft. Yeah, I built a blaze farm.
Oh, yeah.
And he has to do, but it works good. So
Yeah, I'm starting with a new town. I was trying to do something for a little girl, and like she
Hey, Blake.
likes purple. She like purple, like a purple house and purple castle, and everything is purple in there. And making
I built
cars and-
I built the house from Home Alone movie, and I built the Simpsons house.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, Simpsons house was crazy because it was all weird colors.
Uh-huh.
Came out pretty good though.
That's neat. Yeah. Well, guys, I hate to do it.
You have to go to bed and.
I have to, and I'm actually feeling hungry, so I better eat something while I can. Oh, and there, Phil just popped up. I'm going to bed. Yeah, I got to get to bed too. Yeah.
I'm not going to bed.
And at this point, unless they screw me up tomorrow with this whole doctor's visit, we'll be streaming Thursday night around the Campfire, guys. And I plan on Thursdays and Sundays every week. And like I said, it all depends on how the chemo and radiation goes when that gets started, as to how many I might miss, But otherwise, and plus, like I said, within the next probably 3 weeks, get ready for seeing this beard coming off. If I can't get somebody to take it off for me, I'm going to sit here with that clipper and I'm going to buzz that off.
Man, I might make a road trip.
I'm going to buzz it off for
I'd love
myself.
to shave that son of a bitch
No,
off.
you got to be a cute, nice, friendly young lady to get.
I can tuck my dick between my legs.
And she don't have to be that young either. Just it's got to be attractive and nice. Hey, I love you too, Native Kutsa. Yeah, you're a sweetheart for being here. Oh,
Good night, everybody.
yeah. So say goodbye, everybody.
Yeah. Maybe we can get Angie to come shave your beard for you.
Oh,
There you
shut
go.
up. Oh, no. Wait a minute. I got it. I'm not scheduled for any therapy yet.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you need anything, Sty, don't call me.
Yeah.
Make the circle and then hit me last.
Congrats
I'm
about
here
that.
if you need anything.
Outside.
Just let me know.
Okay, guys. I'm going to grab the gal in the fur coat and dance my ass out of here, and I'll see y'all Thursday evening.
See you guys.
Good night.
Good
Stay
luck.
Love
horny.
y'all. Yeah, bye, guys.